What's up, guys? So in this video I'm going to go over my review of the Phul program. Alright guys, so as you're aware, if you've been following me on YouTube now for a while, beginning of this year, 2017, I started to go on my lean bulk. The plan is to bulk from January or all the way through October. So about 10 months of bulking. I'll say bulking. Plans to put on 30 pounds of lean muscle mass. And right now it is April 3rd. Yes, April 3rd. So we're already through the first quarter of the year. And the first quarter, 12 weeks basically, I spent on the Phul program. And I have a whole video why I chose the Phul program, so I'll link that below in case you want to know more. So in this video, I want to go over what I thought of the program and the effectiveness of it. Alright, so I have it in front of me. I'll put it on screen too. So let's just go over, recap what the plan is, or what the program entails. So you have basically a 4-day split within the 7-day period. So day 1's upper power, day 2's lower power, then you get a rest day, and then day 4 you have upper hypertrophy, lower hypertrophy. So it combines powerlifting reps, strength building reps, along with some hypertrophy movements in there towards the end. So it's a combination of both. Now going back to the reason why I did it was for to help me put on size, because you know, as your weight goes up, you should get stronger. That's just a natural thing that should happen when you're training. And I felt that this was a good way to start my bulking, having this planned out for me, this program, instead of writing one by myself, for myself. Traditionally, when I've done bulking before, I've done it where I did like the regular bro split, technically, just all hypertrophy stuff. So this was a little different, and I haven't really done a really strength building program while bulking. I like doing it when I'm cutting, and I know it's kind of a weird thing, but anyhow, that's the point. So day 1, all right, it was all upper body, and it was more power. It was all power stuff. So you have barbell bench press, incline dumbbell bench press, bent over rows, lat pull downs, overhead press, barbell curls, and skull crushers. Now the strange thing is, and I think people would agree, is the one thing I would criticize about day 1 specifically is the arm movements. Now when building mass, obviously you want to hit all your muscles, you know, pump them up, break them down, and rebuild them. And as you gain weight, that's the whole purpose of bodybuilding. I think I would say if you're a beginner and you want to do this program, I would not do the arms, the skull crushers, and the barbell curls, just because you're lifting a pretty good amount of weight and it's all heavy stuff. I mean, you're doing your barbell bench press, incline dumbbell bench press, and overhead press. So that alone, if you do all the sets, that's 4, 8, 12 sets alone, or sorry, no, that's 3. So it's 10, God, I cannot do math right now. See, 8 plus 3, 11. Okay, it's 11 sets total of heavy weight you're pushing up, with your triceps are engaged in that. And as far as bicep goes, you have your bent over rows and your lat pull downs. Assuming the fact that you're not using straps, and you know, I stopped using straps a while ago, you're definitely gonna engage your biceps in those movements. And again, that's just day 1. If we skip down to day 4, I mean, you're still engaging your biceps and your triceps for that day. So in 1 week period, I think it's fine if you're a beginner to skip day 1's arms, because you're gonna hit them later on in the week with the hypertrophy movements. And you know, to build strength in your biceps and skull crushers, I think it's more optimal to get your compound movements, you know, focus on those first and building strength in that, and then worrying about, you know, how much you can curl or how much, you know, you can you know, put on the skull crusher. So, and you notice on those 2 arm movements too, they're 6 to 10 reps, so it's a little more on the higher end than actual strength building, you know. So that's why I say skip that. All right. Day one is pretty good. I mean, you're going to target your chest, your back, and your shoulders. So I think those combination with the rep range and the sets as well is pretty good, I would say. I wouldn't change really anything of that. Day two, it's all lower power. So you're going to do squats, deadlifts, leg press, leg curls, and calf exercise, which pretty much gives your choice. You want to do calf raises, calf, press, stuff like that. Again, this is just building power on your lower body, and you could debate if deadlift works more of your, if you do a back or leg day. The main thing is you're hitting in these first 2 days. You're hitting the big three lifts. You're hitting your bench, your squat, and the deadlifts. Those are the three biggest lifts you can do. If I had to pick 3 exercises for a beginner to build strength, just do those. But anyhow, with this, so you're hitting the core compound movements that engage strength building overall. The interesting thing on here he has on day 2 is a leg press. You see his 3 to 5 sets, 10 to 15 reps, so higher reps. So it's interesting just the fact that I think this is one of the only strength building program that doesn't have pyramid type of sets or reverse pyramid sets. I mean, this is somewhat loosely based on the 5x5 program, and you see a lot of other strength programs are built around that as well. It's just interesting to incorporate a leg press with high reps with that many sets. That's a lot of volume, I would say, to put in there after you've done squats and deadlifts. Because I mean, if you're executing squats and deadlifts with that rep range at the higher weight, you're gonna be pretty much, you should be gassed by the time you get to leg press. I mean, then the leg curls and calf exercises are pretty much just some accessory work, So again, if you're a beginner, I would have the squat, deadlift. I would probably skip the leg curl. Leg press, I would probably change that. I would probably change the rep range to a little bit lower, just to really work those hips and build more power and strength in your legs. All right, so day 4 is upper hypertrophy, meaning your whole upper body. You're doing a more bodybuilding type of workout. Incline barbell bench press, flat bench dumbbell fly, seated cable row, one arm dumbbell row, dumbbell lat raise, seated incline dumbbell curl, and cable tricep extension. Now, I think all these exercises are good to stay in here. However, there's no pull downs in this. Now, I know you do pull downs in day 1, right? Yeah, you do pull downs, but you also do, you pretty much bent over row. So in this, I would probably get rid of the seated cable row and either do pull-ups or maybe reverse grip pull downs. All right. So if those of you don't know, pull downs build a wider back compared to rows. That gives you more thicker back. All right. That way you're hitting your back at all the different angles it needs to be hit. I'm fine with the chest movements. You have 2 for those. You have 2 for back. And as far as the dumbbell lat raises, with the amount of strength you're trying to build in your chest, your shoulders do get engaged a little bit, but I mean, you shouldn't have any shoulder pain. Your true strength from shoulders are going to come from the standing press. So it's just more accessory work doing the dumbbell lat raise. So I mean, you can, if you want to change up the dumbbell lat raise to either front raise, side raise, maybe reverse flies. I'd say that's fine too. Again, with the seated incline dumbbell curls and the cable tricep extensions, I think those are fine to change as long as you're doing the sets and rep range, meaning that if you want to do hammer curls instead, go ahead and do that. If you want to do, you have cable tricep extension, if you want to do like an overhead Um, Overhead tricep extension, you can do that. You know, multiple things there. Dips, you can change up the dips. All right, so I think that's good. Again, just change. I would just change out the CD cable row for a lat pull down. Day 5, which is last day, is lower hypertrophy, meaning working out your lower body in a bodybuilding type of fashion. All right, so you have front squats, dumbbell lunge, barbell lunge, leg extensions, leg curl, seated calf raise, and calf press. So two exercises for your calf, one for your hamstrings, and I mean, barbell lunge does work your hamstrings as well. Front squats are really made for your quads. Obviously, your hamstrings do help, but it's mainly for hitting those front quads. Leg extension, obviously, for quads. So this is more I would say it's more quad dominated type of movements with this, which is fine. As far as changing anything out, if you're a beginner, all right. So if you don't want to do front, or you're not comfortable doing front squats, there's other stuff you can do. You can do like apply a dumbbell squat or a sumo dumbbell squat. Basically, you just hold the dumbbell down here, so right your waistline, you drop down, you just come back up, or you can hold it up here, keep your elbows in, and then come down and come back up. Sort of the same movements. There's also hack squats if your gym has that. Not every gym does. You can also do that instead of front squats, because again, this is not so much for strength building. This is for engaging your muscles. You know, really focusing on the squeeze and the squeeze and the stretch of whatever, you know, body part you're moving, compared to the first 2 days that has to do more strength, you know, bringing the weight down properly and bringing it back up. So that is each day, you know, different workout. That's what I would say for beginner, that I would, you know, would change or not do. As far as for me, how it worked out for me, so I ended my cut at 158. That was the lowest I got. And then I sort of went into this maintenance phase. And what I mean by that is anytime you go off a cut and you go back into maintenance, your body's going to naturally retain water again through the food you eat, stuff like that. Because I slowly started introducing carbs. So when I started bulking beginning of this year, I was at 170. So by the time I finished cutting to the beginning of this year, I gained about 12 pounds, which is pretty common. Usually, you gain about 8 to 15 pounds after a cut, when you get back into, you know, adding the carbs you should be having, and if that's the diet you're following or the macro plan you're following. So I officially started bulking on 170. Now I'm up to about 180. All right, so about 10 pounds in about, you know, a little over 12 weeks. It's pretty good. It's right on par where I want to be. So again, the plan is 30 pounds, and, you know, in about 10 months, which is about 3 pounds a month or so. So it's right on track for that where I'm at. So as far as the pool program and how that affected my nutrition, went right in hand with my nutrition, and, you know, as far as the size I'm getting. So that's a good thing. Now, the other aspect of the pool program, obviously, was to gain strength. Now, did I gain strength? Absolutely. Right now, as far as reps go, I am doing... Okay, let me go back to this program specifically. So with the bench, you know, it's 5 sets? Or 5 reps, I mean, bench. Yeah, barbell bench press is 3 to 5 reps. So I started the program, obviously cutting for a whole year and going to maintenance. Really, you're not going to gain, you shouldn't gain really any strength. If anything, you should maintain as much as you have. So coming in, not going to maintenance mode and not transitioning into a strength while I was maintaining or introducing carbs, probably could have helped me So that's one thing that if you're doing that, if you're going from transitioning from cutting into, obviously you don't want to go from cutting to bulking right away. You need that maintenance to add those carbs in to your maintenance level. So in that period, I would suggest adding some strength movements or rep range in that. So 3 to 5 reps, 3 sets, 3 to 5 sets in that period of time that you're looking to transition into if you're going to bulk. And I think that would prep me a little bit better going into this program. Coming in, I don't say as weak, because even coming in and where I started at, I was still stronger than I was previously at any type of other bulk. So I started, I think, I want to say it's like 215. Yeah, 215 is where's my 3 to 5 rep range on the bench. And now I got up to, what was it, 255, 260 in 12 weeks, so it's pretty good. That's that. Squat-wise, squat's always been one of my weakest, lifts out of the 3, just because my form and technique I was always changing it. I was always trying to find the sweet spot. Avoid, getting hurt, avoid, my knees popping all the time and stuff like that. So now I have a pretty good form, or at least I think I do, meaning that I go a little wider stance, the bar is higher, I squat, right at parallel or below parallel, just below parallel to my knees. So I think that's going well. And while doing this program, even before that, I was still trying to figure out, how my feet should be. So with squat wise, now I think I ended with around the same bench, around 250, maybe 255. I started real low. I started like 185. So as I figured out my form, I started going wider. I figured, or I started working through my technique a little better. So I'm real comfortable with my squats right now. Deadlifts. Now deadlifts is another tricky one because I've never done deadlifts consistently. I squatted consistently, even though it may have been wrong, but at least I did squat somewhat consistently. As far as deadlifts go, I did not do that consistently throughout my training, throughout my years of training. And so now I am. So it's kind of hard to measure, because any program I was going to do, I was going to increase deadlifts regardless. But I think I started out with 185. I started out with the same as squats. And I think I got up to maybe, 275. I know it's more than my bench. So, definitely the increase in all 3 of those big lifts, it's great. And it's actually, with that being said, it actually helped me prep for what I'm doing now. And if you don't watch my other video, that how I'm training, I'll also link that below. My new training program for now. So as far as the pull program, I'm real happy with it. I think highly recommend it. I think Brandon Campbell developed a system where if you're not totally interested at the 5x5 program, because that can become somewhat, I don't want to say boring, but you do the same thing, almost the same thing, for 3 days. So 3 days, yeah, 3 days a week, and you definitely see results, from that program as well. But I think with this program, it's a little more interesting because you could change out certain aspects of it without affecting your the strength, or without the optimizing the strength opportunity from it, because you're still doing your major lifts. So who's it for? I think beginners, again, with those changes I said at the beginning of the video, can definitely do it. Intermediate can definitely do it. As far as advanced goes, I would say if you're advanced, I would, it's hard to say. I think if you're advanced, this is a pretty good maintenance, I would say, plan. But if you're really looking to push strength and all that stuff, I think there's other things available that you can utilize. And it also depends on your physique, how big you are now. And obviously what you're trying to do as far as fitness goals go. So, anyhow, so I highly recommend it, guys. Give it a try. Let me know what you guys think. And definitely with any program, you definitely got to give it time. And if you're like me, still trying to figure out technique on some of the stuff, then you got to keep it basic. You know, until you get your major lifts, compound movements down, then you can start focusing on, you know, other things. And everyone's different, you know. With me, especially with me, you know, my shoulders, I can build my shoulders pretty fast. So I tend to, any program I do, I tend to look at the shoulders as, okay, well, some people that may be not enough volume. For me, it's usually fine because I can always add volume to my shoulders, and they'll, you know, they'll get big pretty fast. So anyhow, for you guys, you know, what you're looking to do, check it out. Link is down below to the Phul program. It was, again, written by Brandon Campbell. He also has a YouTube channel. I'll link that below as well. If you guys have any questions, leave a comment below. Don't forget to follow me on all my social media. All those links are down below as well. A lot of links down below. And thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Like the video. Share the video. Until next time, thanks for watching. Peace.